5th meeting of the Hammond Capital Improvement Board. Would you please rise with me and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We get a roll call, please.
Moore,
Here.
Muta,
Here.
Prieto,
Here.
Rakos,
Here.
Salinas,
Here.
Warple, Button.
Here. Let the record reflect there are 6 present in chambers and 1 absent. You should have received, next item on the agenda is item 4, consideration of the past meeting minutes. You should have received in your board packet a copy of the meeting minutes for April 7th, 2025. The chair would entertain a motion to approve.
So move. Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Salinas, seconded by Commissioner Muta to approve the meeting minutes. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Roll call on the motion.
Moore,
Yes.
Muta,
Yes.
Prieto,
Yes.
Rakos,
Yes.
Salinas,
Yes.
Warple, Button.
Yes, motion carries 6 in favor and 1 absent. Item 5 is a report on the work study session. Immediately prior to this meeting, we had a brief discussion on the items contained on the agenda for this evening. Any other comments? Hearing none, item 6 is funding. I'll turn that over to our esteemed controller.
Thank you,
Megan
Mr.
Moore.
President. To date, we have allocated $2.9 million worth of funding for projects. This is including tonight's considerations as well. We have about $1.8 million remaining of unallocated funds, and we have not yet received the third quarter budget, which will be released at the beginning of July.
Thank you kindly. I would just embellish a little bit on Commissioner Moore's comment that we do have an NDOT funded, federally funded project being bid this week, Holman Avenue between Russell and Douglas, and that is expected to come in at about $1 million in local funds support. So, yeah, I'm glad we have money in the bank at this stage for that project. Any other questions for
I missed, yes, I missed the unallocated remaining portion.
Yes, 1.8 million.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is item 7, matter from mayor, council, and other departments. Is there anyone from those entities wishing to address the board? Seeing none, item 8 is old business. Any old business? Seeing none, item 9 is new business. Item 9A is funding allocation number 244, a median modification on Florida Avenue with J and J Newell in the amount of $32,208.33. The chair would entertain a motion to approve.
So move.
Second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Muta, seconded by Commissioner Moore. Is there any discussion? Recently installed median on Florida Avenue as part of that development. We learned that 2 of the homes now do not, are having difficulty backing out of their driveway and hitting the curb, and do not have parking at the street in front of their homes. And one of the residents has been very vocal about their complaint and has, we've looked at this, a number of alternatives. We've priced a couple of alternatives out that came in much higher than we expected. And so we obtained a price from J&J Newell through our sidewalk contract to, in the amount of $32,208.33. Is there any other discussion? Any other discussion? Roll call on the motion.
Moore,
Yes.
Muta,
Yes.
Prieto,
Yes.
Rakos,
Yes.
Salinas,
Yes.
Warple, Button.
Yes, motion passes 6 in favor and 1 absent. Next item on the agenda is number 9B, funding allocation number 245, 2025 overlays supplemental with Milestone Contractors LP in the amount of $265,000. Chair would entertain a motion to approve.
Make a motion?
Second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Prieto, seconded by Councilman Salinas. Is there any discussion? The engineering department had determined or made a provisional list of overlays in the amount of $1.5 million. The funding made available through the wheel tax bond is $1 million. We had to do a combination of reduce the funding, the projects available to be funded on that list, and we need to try to support the balance of the projects through capital improvement to the tune of $265,000. Is there any other discussion? Any other discussion? Roll call on the motion.
Moore,
Yes.
Muda,
Yes.
Prieto,
Yes.
Rakos,
Yes.
Salinas,
Yes.
Warple, and Button.
Yes, motion passes 6 in favor and 1 absent. Next item on the agenda is 9C, funding allocation 246, State Line Road Closures, change order number 3 with Reith Riley Construction Company in the amount of $9,595.76. Chair would entertain a motion to approve.
Make a motion?
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Prieto, seconded by Councilman Salinas. For the subject project, is there any discussion? Certain drainage structure contained within the project was found to be in poor condition and was not part of the design, and therefore we needed to remove or replace the structure and some drain tile or pipes that connect to that structure, and came in at about $10,000. Is there any other discussion? Any other discussion? Roll call on the motion.
Moore,
Yes.
Muda,
Yes.
Prieto,
Yes.
Rakos,
Yes.
Salinas,
Yes.
Warple, Button.
Yes, motion passes 6 in favor and 1 absent. Item 9D is funding allocation number 247, repair Michigan Street sinkhole with Grimmer Construction in the amount of $39,940.21. Chair would entertain a motion to approve.
So move.
Moved by Councilman Salinas, seconded by Commissioner Muta. Is there any discussion? Subsidence was occurring on Michigan Street near the Renaissance, approximately the 500 block, and this similar situation had occurred about 5 years ago, where an old building foundation was found in the right-of-way under the street, and had been backfilled with construction debris, and the lateral had failed, which caused the removal of the fine material and caused the road to subside. Well, we checked with the sewer maintenance department at the 500 block of Michigan, and they indicated that they didn't have any failed sewers in the area. The water department had a fire hydrant nearby that was not leaking. And since it was not a sewer problem, we hired Grimmer Construction to investigate and found the same condition that happened 5 years ago of the foundation, an old building foundation home that had construction debris backfilled into it. The sewer lateral collapsed, the fine materials left, and the road started to settle. So the exact same condition occurred. So Grimmer backfilled with flowable fill and resurfaced the street and fixed the curb line, all for the amount of about $40,000. Is there any other discussion? Any other discussion? Roll call on the motion.
Moore,
Yes.
Muda,
Yes.
Prieto,
Yes.
Rakos,
Yes.
Salinas,
Yes.
Warple, Button.
Yes, motion carries 6 in favor and 1 absent. Any other new business? The chair has one additional item that came in today. I'll form it in the phrase of a motion. So the item will be considered 9E, funding allocation, lighting modifications at the Kennedy Avenue Bridge over the Indiana Harbor Belt with Dunnett Bay in the amount of $55,873.26.
Can I make that motion?
Second.
Thank you, Councilman Rakos, seconded by Commissioner Muta. Is there any discussion? During the course of the county's reconstruction of Lake County Bridge number 363, the Kennedy Bridge over the Indiana Harbor Belt, which is between Michigan and 163rd Streets, they found that the existing lighting conduit was contained within the wall, the bridge wall, and could not be reused. And the county engineer, Dwayne Alverson, would not allow surface-mounted conduit to be installed on the bridge for a number of reasons. Ice would form and basically pull the conduit off and would create a maintenance problem for the city in the long run. So it was at the advice of Lockmuller, who is the engineer for the county on the bridge rebuild, to install conduit and a new service point on the south side of the bridge, because the lights on the north side of the bridge were already being, well, across the whole project were being fed by the service point on the north side of the bridge. So install a new service point, install piping to connect the cables on the south circuit to a new service point, and there is a lighting and a foundation that is in the construction zone and that has to be moved to make the approach slabs constructible, and that light will be replaced with a new foundation. All of this for $55,873.26. The bulk of the cost, about $30,000 of the cost, is cable and conduit. The other parts are the service point, the relocation of the light pole, et cetera. The engineering department has reviewed the cost and the work plan, and we are recommending approval by the Hammond Capital Improvement Board to fund this change. Is there any other discussion? Any other discussion? Roll call on the motion.
Moore,
Yes.
Muta,
Yes.
Prieto,
Yes.
Rakos,
Yes.
Salinas,
Yes.
Warple, Button.
Yes, motion carries, 6 in favor and 1 absent. And I'm grateful to the board to allow me time to submit these last-minute changes. Next item on the agenda is public expression. Gary Dreischiff, you're welcome to come to the microphone. I know I said your name, but if you could please identify yourself and
Yep.
your address.
Gary Dreischer, 6721 Alexander Avenue.
Thank you,
Hope
Mr.
you all
Dreischiff.
doing well. Good to see you again. Few things, and I'm glad you guys are taking proactive toward getting a lot of these streets repaired. A lot of stuff I write around. So much of Hammond needs to be updated. Streets, even the alleys, are getting in bad shape. So I hope you guys keep proactive with getting stuff like that done. Anyway, one thing here, can you possibly see to it, or see whoever does it, when they redid Alexander, they never finished the sidewalk at the corner of Martha and Alexander, the northeast corner. It's grass, they never continued it at grass to get to the curb. It's a full curve there. It's not ADA accessible. I don't know why. I don't know if it was something with the American Structure Point, engineering plans didn't have it. I have no idea. But it needs to be done. It's been, what, almost 2 years, I think, we redid the street. So that needs to be completed. I don't know if you can also, if you'd like to do, put a street sign up identifying Nickel Plate Street there. If you guys could do that. I know I've mentioned it to Dave Warple before. I don't know, he was working on doing something because of Nickel Plate being there. So anyway, but that's that stuff. What else? Kennedy Avenue, okay, it's great. But I don't know, there's been accidents there And I assume they've caught the people that crashed into stuff, and maybe the city did get reimbursed for stuff, but there's a couple bollards that have never been straightened out, and it kind of looks tacky. You got a nice light there and everything, but the bollard's leaning. And there's one at 167th and Kennedy, also at Martha and Kennedy, both on the east side of Kennedy. And the one at Kennedy, let's see, the ones at the, is that the one at the Hessville restaurant, I believe? I don't know, whatever those corners right there, you can see them. There's two that are leaning. So maybe you can get them fixed. Hopefully the insurance company paid to have them fixed and straightened out. I don't know. If it was a hit and run, well, then that was a crime because you can't leave the scene of an accident. You're not supposed to. So anyway, that's all that. What else? Oh, and I'm going to bring this up probably at the next council meeting and also Mayor's Night Out. NIPSCO, and Scott, I saw you on my cameras. You went and took a poll. Now, that light is still not fixed. I've called NIPSCO numerous times. NIPSCO is a big problem. We're paying this, I assume, on our property taxes for these street lights, correct? I mean, why isn't NIPSCO taking care of this stuff in a proper manner? They should be. It's horrible. And I've heard other people.
What streetlights, sir? Where's the
Well, it's an
location?
alley light, and it's a very dark alley. We
Is
just
that-
had a fire and a thing, but this happened to be an alley behind my house, kind of, and Scott Rakes has been there. I saw my camera getting the poll number down, so he's been active with it. I guess Dave Warple has, but I'm thinking in general, NIPSCO is just horrible on getting any of this stuff fixed in the city. If I'm having trouble, it's been almost 2 months, and the thing's still out. First they tell you, well, it should be done in 2 weeks. If not, they escalate it in 30 days, but they don't do it. They're terrible. It's just, I don't know if anybody else has complained, but, hey, they should be done. Maybe better off to go to our own street lighting system the city would maintain. I don't know what the cost of what each one of those lights are. If you guys pay a monthly, yearly fee for every single light in Hammond, I don't know how that works. But it's obviously, it's NIPSCO pole light. It's not the city's own. So I don't know if you want to maybe look into that, because NIPSCO is not doing their job taking care of this stuff at all. Okay, so I think that's it. Let me double check my stuff. Okay, yeah, I believe that is everything, and thank you for your time, appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
So hopefully you get some action with some stuff, because like I say, NIPSCO's the worst.
Absolutely they are.
Okay, so appreciate it, thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Any other public expression? Anyone online wishing to address the Capital Improvement Board? So the next regular meeting would be scheduled for May 19th. There is some concern over whether we or not we would have a quorum on that day, so we will play that by ear at this stage. So thank you all. The chair would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.